Looking out from the stench on a cold, misty morning. Can't beat this time of the year. The colours, just unreal. The fish look awesome. They're big as well. The lakes get less crowded. It's just before the transition into winter time, when there's no one around apart from me. I love winter fishing. It's the business. Right, this is the session after the long. I got down here last night, round about sort of 7:15. I had to take my missus to a Jason Donovan concert, but I said there's no way I'm picking her up at 11 o'clock and all that and then coming down here. It was 120 mile or whatever, so anyway, she got a lift back sorted, so that was happy days. I could get down here earlier. I wanted to get down here earlier as well because of it's sort of like a lot of the bites now what I've had have been in the middle of the night, or like, you know, like just before first light, just after, all that sort of stuff, you know. So it's like using your time wisely, and that's what I've done. So chuck my rods out in the dark, doesn't hurt. Do you know what I mean? You know, just a little bit of working in the dark, really. I know roughly where I'm casting them. I know the feelings I want. Uncle Jim, the Silk Master. Spot. Got to talk about the spot a bit, or the area. When I first started fishing here, the hooks would come back like really rusted up. Now, I mean, you know, I've tried all sorts of things, right, yeah, to stop that, but now I can leave them out for days and like they're sweet as a pea, just using the old nose oil. Nothing's happened yet. Before I left and done the tuition, we both blanked, God knows how that happened. After dark, even though he was here for the knowledge, you know, I always say, come on, you know, I've got to try and get you a bite. And he's like, well, I haven't seen a lot, have I? So I went, look, trust me, wait till after dark. And soon, within an hour, it was just mental out there, but nothing happened. I mean, I left my rods in place for, 38 hours. So they went through basically 2 nights. So, but that's one of them things, isn't it? At least he got a load of knowledge, a load of tips, etc. But getting back to here, I baited before I left, and then Friday morning I quickly zipped round here and baited again. So I got 2 lots of baiting, but not loads. Maybe, well, 5 kilo. You know, there's a hit of tufties that think that my baited area is their food larder now. I'm knackered to hell, and I'd got up late. It was nearly 8 o'clock, which is basically a laying, because I'm normally up by 5:45 before it's starting to get light. So I didn't get any bleeps off them. It's like a big herd come across, 25 or so. So I laser penned them, right, yeah, and they're gone now. So no more therapy. And plus through the night I was using that as well. So when I did turn over in the sleep and use the laser pen, didn't hear any birds fly off. So it gets a bit boring at times, because it's the same old, but you know, my good friend, mate Stevie Alcott said, what you still doing here? And I said, well, you know, it's that slope head. So right, I'm going to turn this off, because this is, as I'm breathing, right, yeah, this lens is getting a bit sort of like misted up. Excuse me, I'll be back in a minute. Boo, I'm back. Anyway, yeah, like I said, Steve asked me that question, and I said, well, slopehead. I said, this is the best chance I got to nailing it. What I mean is, you know, I mean, someone writ something up on YouTube, right? Yeah, you know, you always get a load of, can I use a word, cockheads and that, right? Normally Sam, my admin, takes them off, so I don't even see them. But he's been a bit busy, like sorting some new websites out, and there wasn't nothing bad up there at that point, but people saying, can you get a new camera? And look, I do this, right, yeah, out of you know, off my own back, helping people, right, yeah. You know, it's my time, I don't get paid for this and all the rest of it, right, yeah. And it's like, you know, a little bit of an insight into my life. Some people just have not got a clue, and writing things and all the rest of it, right, yeah, it just shows you how sort of like immature some people are. I mean, get a new camera, you know, what's that all about? It's a bit, while we're on about that actually, I think my wife's getting one for Christmas, so there you go. The other thing as well, like I said, it's just like the best chance, you know, location, the time to do it, no one here, bait in an area, a good bait. But like I said, someone wrote on there, look Jim, you'd mentioned about like this bait's unreal. It's not about like me plugging this bait, right, yeah, it was more to do with, I'm trying to show people, right, yeah, that, yeah, okay, like this geezer wrote, right, yeah, about my, a lot of it's down to your watercraft. Yes, it is, but what I'm trying to say is, look at this bait, another new water, not a bit of pre-baiting and then going on there and catching them, a couple of sessions, you know, every water I've been to, straight away, I've caught straight away on this bait. And this is what I'm trying to show people, you know. There's no one else in the Sticky Baits team, right, yeah, that is giving this bait, and what I mean, like venue-wise, right, so many different variety of venues, from super hards, shallow, deep, prolific, unprolific, you know, name it, it's all, I've done it all. So it's like, I take that on board. Yeah, my watercraft is second to none, but I mean, now all I'm doing is camping in a swim. So it's like, it gives me the last chance as well before I start writing that book. And I'm not, you know, I'm not going to be sort of like on it so much. And it's like, I want as many like pucker ones as I can get my hands on, right, yeah, before I've got to sit there and finish this flipping book. So I will be out there, but it's just not the same, you know. So like, to get this one, it'd be the icing on the cake, you know. Slow 3.5 years. I mean, she's a tricky bitch. I think it's like, is it 5 times it's been out in 10 or 12 years? It's not an easy one. So it's about, I've had it over when they were on the top a few weeks ago, on a close in area. I had them like visiting that, and she was there next to that's long, and the carving was there, and that's a 40-pounder. It looked, well, it is, it's a lot bigger, right, yeah. So it's not about the size either, right, yeah, it's about what a fish, just the history, how old it is, the water it come from, the people that have caught it. It's just a wily old creature, and that's what I want. It's like little digs about weighing fish, you know. I love it all, really. Bring it on, you know, give a bit of therapy, have it back, and they all cry wolf, you know. Weights are irrelevant to me, and it's like I said to Dan Wildboar the other day, when I hit 40/40s, right, yeah, which is one more, right, I'm just going to keep the weights to myself. It's just going to be a personal thing, because big or small, I love these old, like proper old English carp, and that's what I want. It's not about the weight. I couldn't give two jack shits about the weight, but when you get that fish, like when I had the long the other day, like basically 40 odd years old, you know, that's what it's all about. It's like nearly as old as what I am. It's been there, done it, and you've tricked that creature into making a mistake. That's what it's all about. Not like some wrong and been dropped in a lake and then everyone's fishing for it because it's like the easy option out. No way. But anyway, it takes all sorts in this game, doesn't it? I think, right, yeah, from what people look and watch and all the rest of it, like just the general public, right, yeah, it seems everyone's beginning to realise, right, there is a lot of jealousy in this sport, and I work damn hard for what I've got, and I balance a very, it's like walking along a tightrope, right, yeah, I'm balancing my work, my fishing life and my family life, and I love it all to the max, and I'm doing it, and Uncle Jim's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and better. So oh yeah, talking about going out and that, next week going out with little Rob and Emma, right, yeah, booked a hotel in Norwich, so like watch out you Norfolk boys, right? Yeah, because I'll be in Norwich next weekend. A few wine bars, nice meal, etc, etc. And then Christmas, just booked into a mega expensive hotel in between Christmas and New Year, take my wife out, so she's really looking forward to that. So it's a plus, it's a nice time to get away on your own, you know, live a little, play a little, and all the rest of it. Anyway, I got up late this morning, I've had a coffee, you can see I'm like, I can't stop looking, it's just me. Haven't seen anything yet, and I'm looking for like little signs of bubbles and that over my area. I know in the last few days that I've been away, they'd have been out there on that. The conditions have been bang on. It's just that fine dividing line of getting a take. So I still keep thinking about a dark side rig, and I might do it today. James succumbed first last week. Anyway, I'm off ski, right? Yeah, because I've got to get to work, right, and get looking. See you laters. Oh yeah, I forgot, right, yeah, about that YouTube thing, right, yeah. Red Dave, you know you're known as the sheep shagging follower, right, yeah. Putting wise comments, right, yeah, and then telling people who you are before you do it. Just shows you a bit sad how you are. Anyway, right, yeah, I know you're worried about book 3 being in a chapter, right, yeah. It's definitely going to be a major part, right, yeah, in the Woolpack chapters. Laugh out loud. As I expected, they're in Lake 6. Good angling. James just had that leather I nailed off the top on the lead in, what was it, a day? 24 hours. What was it, 24.8 I think he said. I told him last week I'd seen the odd carpy sort of movement in there, and good angling's finally in there. Hopefully he'll nail that bloody carving and that'll be sweet as a pig. So I'm going to stay where I am for another 24 hours and then see what happens. But with what's happened in there, you never know. They normally run scared, so it could happen. Just like run round here and whatever. But I've got this other baited area going, so at the moment I'm staying where I am. So knowing that slope's a bit of a weird one. Could be on his own, sitting out here away from the back. But there's fish in both lakes anyway. So, well, I was down there with him when and did the pictures and that, and there was like a proper one jump out in the corner. So it's all looking good for him for another bite. He see 2 last night as well in the middle of the night. So happy days. Anyway, the mist is rolling in again. I've just repositioned my rods. I had another puncher. That's 6 this year. Thank God. This one's in the middle of the tread, so it's not going to be the 6th tyre they've got to replace. ATS 9.99 insured, saves me to replace them tyres. It's 250 quid, so that's 1250 quid. So it's only 200. Was it like 240 quid when you like pay the 9.99 again? So happy bloody days. But this one's a screw right in the middle of the tread, so they can fix that one. So I've got the spare on. AA called out, they sorted it all out for me, so reeled the rods in, went and got that done, and I popped into ATS and now plug it on the way home. So there you go, bit of therapy on a Monday, always seems to happen. So anyway, I'm going to sit back. I've got a nice meal to cook, a couple of bottles of Corona and a slice of lime, sweet as a pea. Hopefully I might get a tag off for carping next or by the morning. So confidence still high, sky high. How can it even like drop yet? It's never going to drop, is it, at the moment? It's just been falling all over the place. Anyway, it's enough of me keep going on. Hopefully I'll have some good news in the morning for you. But I'm gonna sort my meal out and all the rest of it. So speak to you later. Right, I thought I'd better just run through quickly. Right, yeah, what I'm doing again. Right hand rod's on a krill pop up. All 3 rods are on chods. The middle rod this time is on the white one, and then the left hand rod's on a light krill one. Now what I'm doing is I love these sticky baits white chocolate pop ups. So what I'm doing, right, yeah, just to give it a bit of the krill sort of smell, and I'm doing this. See them, look. Putting the white ones, which are these babies here, right, giving them a bit of a twist. So I'm like glugging them pop-ups in with my krill babies, and I've got them ready. I've just got them sent down. Can't go anywhere in the winter without them babies. Early spring, deadly. They're my two favourites for the winter. The white chocolate, which is over here, and then like the pink buckerberry. So I'd be like, if I had 4 rods out, 2 on each on these when I switch over. So this winter, Sticky Baits are going to be doing this. Winterized vortex. So they told me what's in it, and I'm getting some sent down. So I'm going to be messing around with that, and I'm going to ask them to like dye me some of it white. So I like mix a bit of like the brown, like natural colour, to like white freebies as well, and then like mix and match over the top. Bit of pink, bit of white, bit of dark. You know what I mean? In the mix, keep him guessing. But of course, the long running chod. So even though we're, what's it, 2nd week of October, something like that, 3rd week, I can't remember. We're in October anyway, halfway through at least. So at least I'm already start thinking about places and where I'm going. I've just heard the Bobby Common's just been out at 44, kept quiet. So that's worth like sitting there writing a book and trying to catch that one. And of course Bayswater, the big one, ain't been out of there. But I've got next week 2 48-hour tuitions. So James is going to keep my swim here bait for me, right, yeah, because I can't get back here. So I'm probably going to go Bayswater and do that. And up until now, that big one hasn't been out. So, not out since like June time. So the way they're all up, that saddleback one I had at 35 and 37. If you remember from the blogs, right, yeah, that come out this weekend at 42. So that's mental. That's done 30, high 39s. Never done £40. Lucky I didn't catch it, because it'd have been 51, wouldn't it? Or 52. Laugh out loud. Anyway, so that makes like another new 40 in there. There'll be others. Gary was telling me, right, yeah, Gary Bays, whose water it is, right, yeah. He was telling me like there's a common that hasn't been out this year, last out, what was it, a year and a half ago at 36. So you just don't know. I'm like, plus, you know me, I like to flitter around, and I've been here a long time, so a change is as good as the rest. That slope's a bitch, so when I go over Bayswater, I can use 4 rods there, so I'll be having 1 on these babies, 1 on them, 1 on them, right, yeah, and then 1 on them as well, soaked in the krill. So it's a bit of mix and match. Just see what like produces the goods, you know. We'll go from there. And by the time I get home, I should have that winterized vortex. So I'll be giving that a go. So everything's happy days. Going to give it another 24 hours here. If not, I might go into Lake 6 and have a go myself, because I've got a bait swim over there. Me and James have got 1 each in 5 and 1 each in 6. So he's one end of the lake and I'm the other end of the lake. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, rods are out and they're all rocking in the silt. And it's funny how that silt has got really clean. Just shows you. Putting bait in the right place at the right time. And then leaving it to go natural, getting the lines out. Baiting it, go away, baiting it, go away. And then just keep like jumping in and out. Just put a few baits round. Right, yeah, enough for a bite. It's mega. Just love being out here. You just can't beat the colours out there. It's just a great time. And slowly, all the people are dying off, and it's not even winter. I find it bizarre. Anyway, I'm going to get back to what I was doing, looking for fish. It's also nice, sort of like when you've been pre-baiting the area, right, yeah, for a while, feeling the lead down, just how things change. Like I mentioned earlier in this blog, like when I first started here, you know, the hooks would rust fairly quickly. Couldn't leave them out more than a day, even with the best sort of like oily coating. But now, you know, they've just dug it all away. I bet you if I put a marker out there, you know, like the carp scarer, you know. And then like I took the depth, and then took the depth now, but it's like another foot deeper at least. They have definitely dug it out, and it's always good feeling the lead down, and then you know exactly what you're on, right? Yeah. Some people say to me, well, you know, you feel it down and it goes down donk, what would you do then? Well, I'd cast to the left, to the right, behind it, in front of it. But I would pull it first to see if that gravel has got like a layer of dirtiness on it. What I mean, like silkweed. If it's got that on it, it's choddable. So I'm not saying chods ain't no good on the gravel, but it definitely ain't for me. I like it in the dirty anyway. So do the carp. So's the natural in there. More weedier, the more dirtier, everything's better. It's not the same old, same old. Lead wise, what I use for that, as you know, I like to use small leads, as small as I can get away with, because the lead has no involvement in hooking the carp. All the lead's there for with chod fishing, as far as I'm concerned, this is with lead core chods, not naked of course, which you need a bigger lead because you haven't got the lead core to like hook them, and plus, you know, you keep it running like not long like on lead core leaders. You keep it short as a rule, unless you know you've got to, if it's in like heavy weed. But with the leads, right, yeah, I like them with like a round bottom, and then like even with a small lead, you've got sort of more of a big sort of like bigger bottom, right? Yeah, so it's more dense and you can feel it going down. And as it goes out, and just as it hits the water, I like to just so it don't go bosh in the water, right? Yeah, just plop it in, right? Yeah, and then immediately as that hits the water, I put the rod up, right? Yeah, and then feel it down, and it's like brilliant, you know. With like fluoro lines, and I'm using like the Vision rock bottom at the moment, right? Because there ain't so much stretch in it like normal mono. It's a bit like braid, and you get like a better feel down, so you can feel through the line. There's not all this like massive stretch in that. But yeah, at the moment Vision has just sent me them they're like Ranger leads, right? They're really, I mean, a lead's a lead to me, for God's sake, especially in deep water. You know, if they go around looking at a lead, right, yeah, like, you know, they're going to be looking for a hook, aren't they? If you're fishing in shallow water, on the gravel and all the rest of it, yeah, but once you get in the dirtiness, it's just something else there, isn't it? Yeah, I'm using sort of like 1.5 at the moment, so like a pear shaped, got a big nice round bottom. Actually, I'll show you them. Anyway, I'm no tackle type, I just keep them in an old pop-up pot. So there they go, look. So you can imagine, right, yeah, that's 1.5 ounces. It's got a nice flat bottom, right, yeah, so you can feel it down. I just cut with chodding, I just cut the swivel off, and that's it, clip it on the quick link, and away you go. So yeah, I'm using the dark ones, right, yeah, maybe they can't see them, but I don't know why I've done that. Maybe I need to ask if they'll coat them in green and brown. Anyway, it's all a bit of a laugh, innit? It's good, like, it's good when you're like getting them things out, right, yeah, and you can feel everything down. It's knowing more about the environment that's in front of you. I mean, like someone said to me, sent me a message, this ain't all about your bait, like I've commented before, but yeah, watercraft, you know, knowing things, gut feelings. You know, a lot of people, you've got to stop like drawing too much. I get a lot of people ringing me up, right, yeah, like booking, and they're just totally lost. You know, you've just got to have a proven way. So if my way, right, yeah, catches all what I catch on 2 days a week, because I do 2 days tuition and 3 days at home, even though people don't believe that, right, yeah. Now if I'm catching all what I'm catching, right, yeah, I've got no clutter in my head. Now why do you want clutter in your head, like, oh, this rig, this bait? Get a good bait. You know, you only want 2 baits as a rule, right, yeah. You want a summer bait and a winter bait. Get a decent pop-up, matching, couple of fluoros, right, yeah. A rig you like, a pop-up rig and a bottom bait. You know, I like a chod because you just know as soon as you found him, put it out there and you are fishing 100% no matter what it lands on. And with minimal time, right, yeah, that's what I want. I don't want no, like, things niggling in my head. So it's just like confidence all the time. just like bang, bang. People say, hey, have you got all this confidence? But it's just like, it's just a one-track mind on the hunt for carp, and that's it. I don't let all that other bullshit like come in, you know, and you read this mag on about maggots, this mag on about doing that, this mag doing this, and it's just like, sorry, but for fuck's sake, right, yeah, you know, carp eats and it swims, so you need a decent pop-up rig and a decent bottom bait rig, you know, and it's how you present these things, you tie them up, the right two rigs you're going to use basically in the right place. Do you know what I mean? No good using a bottom bait and a silt if it ain't presented right, is it? You know, there's just loads of things you can go on about, but 99% of my fishing is jodding, because I know once I've found them I've just got to get that baby out there as quickly and as quietly as possible without any niggling feelings like coming in is something happened, because it doesn't matter if you put a bottom bait out there. What happens is things like little fish move it around and that, right? Yeah, and it's like, let alone Mr. Carp comes along and goes donk, you know what I mean? What I mean by that, he hits it or moves it, and it's, you just don't know what's down there. It'd be the cleanest place, you think, but you can't see the bottom, not unless you've got a camera down there. So, and I ain't into all this gravel stuff, right? Yeah, because it's just the same old what everyone else fishes. So I just go around fishing where everyone else doesn't, as a rule, in the dirty. And I love the hunt. You know, people say to me, "What's the buzz you get out of it, Jim?" And it's the hunting them, right? All them different aspects, right? How you go about, and it isn't the next thing getting hooked up. Yeah, I love the run, of course, you know, and the playing them and that. But I love when I return them. I just love that part. It's just like really intimate, right? Yeah, and I think it's great. So all I go around is these sort of rules I abide by, right? And it's four of them. Just find them, cast to them, bait them, catch them. Nothing else. A lot of these people you do see in magazines, right? Yeah, they do mislead, right? Yeah, like I'm a story-based person, right? Yeah, on my captures, I'm not trying to like keep sponsors happy with this bait, this rig, and all the rest of it. I keep things simple and to the truth, and what you've got to be careful of is you don't get misled, because then your head's done and then you're just buying all this stuff you do not need. Anyway, I'm going to get off my soapbox again for a little while, right, yeah, and enjoy the moment, as it's going to be dark soon, right, yeah, and you never know, I've got to go into night mode and start looking for them, because I need to find these fish soon. Yeah? Yep. Right, you know, I've just like run through a hell of a lot with you today. Proof of the pudding, top the swim up, recast the rods, and 9 o'clock this evening I've got a stuttery take, which indicated, as a rule, it's like not a stocky, it's should be a proper one. Anyway, it was, and it was a recapture, clover at 37. Is that alright, James?
It is, mate, yeah. If you just want to, next time you pick it up, just drop the head torch slightly in length, yeah. But yeah, it's looking good.
Yeah?
Yeah, mate.
It's caught on sticky baits krill, and this one was on a dark bait, not a white bait this time, but off the same spot. This spot's done 2 37s and a 41. So the spot's getting a hell of a lot clearer now. It even feels like it's been taken away. It's getting deeper. This is a lovely old fish. I remember catching this one with paddle when I had it straight after same rod after capture. I think it was about 33. Right, old warrior. Anyway, happy days. I'm going to get it back. So the rampage continues. I'm still on the 30 spree. Haven't blanked on a 30, so I think it's since May now. That's mental. 30 every week at least. Right, that's it.